Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Hakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, DMX, the real well. And peace and salutations to the Akim and the elect, foreigners, pushing truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. You know, the beginning of this truth, you know, is knowing that you were an Israelite. That's what, you know, happened when we first, you know, woke up. You know, we didn't come out, you know, waking up, understanding that, you know, what Ezekiel the 38th chapter is talking about. You know, there's levels to this. You know, we was indoctrinated by, you know, the Christian churches, or, you know, your Muslim imams, or, you know, whatever philosophies that you know, came up under. But the genesis of this thing waking us up has been this, you know, truth, finding out who we are. You know, that's been the beginning of this. You can grab that. Matter of fact, about you grabbing something. Can you get? Matter of fact, I'll grab it. You grab it.
This is Deuteronomy 9:1.
Hold on, matter of fact, I'm about to get there faster than I thought. This is John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And you know, this truth is setting us free. We can grab yours.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go and to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven, with people great and tall, and children. All right, this is Deuteronomy 9:1. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go and to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven.
Right. So this is, you know, us coming out, you know, from being delivered from ancient Egypt, you know, crossing over, you know, the seas, and, you know, the Most High giving us a blessing, you know, can you read that last part again? Where's that? Taking over nation.
To go and to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven.
Right. So this world belongs to us, and the part of establishing this, to begin this covenant, is that we have to hold up our end of the covenant. It's not just you just get to have it just because. You know, you gotta hold on to your end of the covenant, which, you know, is established early. You know, because if you didn't do it, you would get the curse side of the covenant. If you did it, you would get the blessing side of the covenant.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 11. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord Yahweh thy power require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
Right, so how hard is that? How hard is that? The world put you through more tribulations than that. They want you to do way more. They want you to be a homosexual, a faggot. You want to hang out in this social circle, you got to do this. You want to join the Illuminati, you got to sacrifice, you know, your fucking loved ones. You know, you got to fucking get bent over and fucked in the ass that morning. Okay.
Behold, verse 14. Behold, the heaven is the Lord's, thy power, the earth also, with all that therein is. Only the Lord Yahweh had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. For the Lord.
So basically, renew yourself. You know, because you come out. You know, when you're born, you know, with needing to be circumcised because you're born with excess skin. So that's how you were born. That's how you come into this earth. When you come into this world, you know, you already full of, you know, wicked thoughts and, you know, wicked things you got to overcome. So circumcise your heart. Yeah, more than, okay. Grab your thing back.
This is Romans 12:2. Back you up. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing.
Oh yeah. You don't be conformed to this world at all. You know, and there's a lot of aspects of this world that you can conform to. You know, you can create your own religion. You can create the tomato head God. You know, and there'll be somebody sitting there that'll be like, man, you know, I always did feel like tomatoes was God. You know, that's the reason why, you know, I love ketchup and everything. You know what, man? Let's go start something. You know, you got the fucking Church of Beyonce, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, you got all types of mad and wickedness in this society right here. You know, so you got to be, you know, you can't conform to this world at all. Okay, go ahead.
Say that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable of the Most High, right? Because this word is always having to conform and always little by little giving in. You know what I'm saying? And make you want to go off of your path and do what is acceptable to this world. You know what I'm saying? To get into this world, man. You know, that's what's pulling of the negative side, the left-hand side of the Most High. It's all about giving in a little bit and justifying the wickedness of this world. Because all of it is folly, and all of it is vanity. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's right is that proving that what is good, the scriptures, man. And the body and Yahweh Shimei Shai, man. That's the only thing that's good. Ain't nothing good in this world, man. Like you say, you go into school, you learn BS, you basically learn how to be a good nigga, a good boy from Esau in this education school system. You know what I'm saying? All the way from preschool all the way to high school, man.
Can I just add one thing? Basically learn from a child growing up, you basically learn how to piss off the Most High throughout all your days.
Right, that's natural. You know, because you learn, like, you learn your educational system. You got schools, I don't know if they started these yet, but teach about homosexuality. You know, and you live in a world where everything's about being liberals. You know, being liberal about, you know, homosexuality, being liberal about everything, you know, transgenderism, you know, having that acceptable. Our kids don't even see that, walk around, see, you know, waking up one day, you know, seeing a tranny. You know, he see a man with a beard, and all of a sudden he got a dress on. He got to, you know, tap his dad or his mom on the shoulder and say, hey, why is this guy wearing a dress? That's confusing to children, and children are impressionable. So it's easy for them to conform to the world because they're the first ones that they like to get earlier. You know, if you look at TV, they always try to garner, you know, to the younger generation earlier, you know, because they're the ones that's more impressionable. You know, put the homosexuality in the cartoon, you know, any types of, you know, gay agenda that you can put it in there. Even when they join the military, they don't want people in the military that's 40 and up. They want to get them while they're young, you know, because they're more easily impressionable.
I'll make one point too, because I was watching GMS Louisiana, and they was talking about how your kids, the school got the majority of your kids' time, man.
I know. Watch your back.
You know, going into even though you try to teach them the right thing and teach them what homosexuality is wrong, they still got 8 hours. Esau's cunning. He's still gonna get them 8 hours up out of you with your kid, man. Then she might, you might be, you know, have a woman and she might get the kid and everything, and she teaching them everything that is for majority of the cases. She gonna teach what's opposite of what you teaching the son. You know what I'm saying? That you might tell them not to watch this, watch these certain things, but the mom will let you do it. You know, let your kid. Esau get them 8 hours, and then they got after school programs and all of that.
Scare the hell out of them.
Then they got these different summer camps and stuff like that. They got trainees during on the summer camps.
You know, another thing that they do to educate, you know, re-educate, you know, certain, and not even just because they do it for everybody, is that first you got your cartoons you got in your TV, in your schools. That's the main one, like your brother said. You know, you in school, you know, damn near 8 hours. you know, learning bullshit, you know, constantly, you know, learning history about the from the perspective of white people about slavery, as opposed to learning history about slavery from your own people. You know, you're not learning about anything about the Bible. You know, you're learning about all types of folliness. You know, how much stuff did you learn in school, you know, as far as, you know, math that you don't even use? You're like, why the hell did I learn this shit?
They don't teach you how to do your taxes. They don't teach you about the real life. They're not preparing you for the world. They teach you to be a debt slave, to go to college and to barely get by. They're not teaching you real life skills.
You want to know what's funny? Every time you go to a graduation ceremony, one of the main things they say is that okay, they like they'll have like a guest teacher come up and speak for whoever year that class is, and they'll say, yeah, some of the things that you learned in school, you may not even see it ever again in your life. You know, they'll admit to you that a lot of the shit that they teach you in school is just bullshit. Rather than teaching you that's survival skills, rather than teaching you things that are like quality.
Then in college, all you're doing is taking in that information and then regurgitating and just memorizing things so you don't forget it again. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you get older and somebody comes to you about some problem, oh shit, I'm out of school now, I forgot. So basically what you learned was pointless. Although math is very essential, you need math. You know what I'm saying? Math is 2 + 1 = 2. The majority of the stuff, science and stuff like that, history, and all of that shit is from our slave masters and the heathen perspective.
Now, consider how much you learned, how many hours you spent learning, and think about how much hours you have to be spending trying to, you know, unbrainwash yourself, being unconformed from everything that you chose to believe. You know, you believe that there were, you know, dinosaurs. You know, they got extinct. You know, what they say, the meteorite killed them or something, right? They tell you that if we came out of Africa, you know, or they'll tell you Darwinism. Or another thing they'll tell you is that I remember, I don't know how the other brothers, you know, when they grow up in school, but we was taught that, you know, the world started from the Big Bang. That's how we was taught, you know. So everything they teach you about atheism, you know, have you to disbelieve right now that first plant that seed in you that God don't really exist. Do you think you go to school in a Muslim country? They teach you about the Big Bang Theory. You think they go, you know, to a Chinese school over in China that they're trying to teach you, you know, about, one day, you know, we all evolved from monkeys. You know, they ain't teaching shit like that. It's only here in Babylon, you know, and you know, you can actually see, because you see how stupid Americans are. You know, Americans are some of the most dumbest people in the world. You know, you can see just by how what entertains them, you know, the everyday, you know, the affairs that they get into in these world, you know, these weak, you know, right, come. All right, you got yours.
This is Deuteronomy 4, verse 6. No, sorry, that's 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land, whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Because true wisdom and knowledge and understanding isn't from fucking high schools and the bullshit colleges that Esau has, is from the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's where true knowledge and understanding comes from. The scripture, not Esau's Darwinism that we all came from Africa and everyone was spread out and colors got changed from regions, all that type of bullshit. It's all good. The true wisdom is the scripture.
And they don't even teach you about herbs in school and how important is health. They don't teach you about, you know, if you're sick, you can take this herb, or if you're sick, you can take that herb, or, you know, you're going through something, you can go take this. You know, they want to keep you uneducated so you can spend all this money on pharmacies. You know, when you can get the same cure and it grows up the ground for free. But as long as you dumb and stupid and don't know anything, then you'll be going, you know, left and right. And women are notorious for this. You know, they can't miss a doctor appointment. You know, they tell them, doctor told them, I take something. They make sure they take every pill, every shot. You know, they make sure they get their children vaccines. You know, and a lot of times the men sometimes don't even want to be down with it. You know, and so as long as you're uneducated and don't know that, you know, then you're gonna constantly fall for it. You know, pharmacy, that's a multi-billion-dollar business right there. You know, and just being uneducated, you know, because being stupid is expensive. Being dumb is very expensive. And making dumb mistakes is expensive too.
This is
Shit came through.
3 John
Somebody
1 and 2. It says, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. A lot of our people, we have a dietary law for being an Israelite to stay away from certain foods and certain things. Because guess what? Different foods that affect different nations. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau can eat a bunch of the stuff and be fine, eating abominations. But when Jake do it, they catch all types of stomach pain, different. They get all these damn what's the pesticide brain eating them, worms, brain eating diseases. Not to mention diabetes and stuff like that, which is killing our people off every single day at a tremendous rate.
And you know what, just to mention out, it's happening to the other nations as well. But the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments in His Word to make us separate from them. That's how when you read the book of Daniel, right? The other people ate of the king's meat, but Daniel said, "What? Give me posts to eat. You know, give me the vegetables to eat." And the eunuch was afraid to do it. Like, no, unless the king find you skinny, he find you sickly looking. All right, why? Because that's how those other people look. That's how they look, because they were eating of the king's portion. They were eating of his meat. But Daniel said, no, give me the posts. You know, he was eating those fruits and vegetables and nuts. And what happened? Daniel's countenance and the other men, that were with Daniel, their countenance looked way better.
And I say, not on that, men of the Lord, man, we supposed to be fasting often, because a lot of times, you might wake up and eat a bunch of bullshit, or, you know what I'm saying, eat a lot of stuff, and it'll mess your course of the day off. You can start off not eating until about noonish, you know what I'm saying, and then, get your food in the afternoon, you'll feel good. Get some water up in you, exercise. Our people have been learned to get a hearty ass breakfast, eat some sausage, some bacon, some pancakes, all in the morning. They jacked up all day. Yeah, high cholesterol.
And you know what? Eating foods like that also it throws your mood off. It also affects your memory. All right, you want to eat foods that are nutritious, and you want to eat foods that are good for, because you have a section in your brain called the hippocampus. And what it does is it helps with short-term memory, and it also helps your mood. So you got a bunch of Jake that's walking around in a shitty ass mood, and they got demons on them. Yeah. But also because of the food that they're eating is throwing off their mood. When you eat good, after you fast, guess what? And you feel good.
And they'll teach you about aromatherapy. They'll teach you about pressure points. There's pressure points in your body that can heal a headache. Simply you got a headache, you just push, one pressure point on your body, and all of a sudden it goes away. Or you got an urge to eat, and you trying to suppress it. Maybe you want to fast or something. There's pressure points that'll help you, stop, your urge to eat. But you ain't gonna learn that in school. There's certain sounds that that have a effect on your subconscious mind that improves it, or sometimes even hurt it. But again, you're not going to learn that in school at all. You're going to learn about Esau's going to teach you about carnal shit, and going to teach you about all of his lives. You know, all of his, you know, it's like iconoclasm. You know, you're going to learn Jesus, he was white. You know, he had blonde hair, blue eyes. But the minute that you start learning that his name was Yahweh Shai, he was a man who had melanin, then all of a sudden it doesn't matter. It's all irrelevant.
Yeah, that's the reason why they don't teach the Bible as a curriculum and throughout 1st to 12th grade, because that's the time period when they're molding you. You know, when they're training you. You know, they don't teach the Bible. If they taught the Bible in school, then there'll be some people that'll be like, okay, well, let me go a little bit further, you know, because you got those Jakes that some of them are a little bit different than others. You know, you might have some Nat Turner situations happening up in high school, you know.
Hey, those gutter rats, those fake Israelis, they know that they not, but they still teach this Bible to their kids, and they teach the Hebrew, the real Hebrew. They teach them that. You know, they got you could be it could be a little Edomite, little Amalekite. You know, he might be going to second practice, something like that, and the dad might be like, hey, you know, we're gonna take him away. We're gonna go to a little homeschooling. Don't worry about that. Just let them pass. You know, they prioritize, you know, the Bible, which ain't even, it got some of their history in it, you know, but it's not about them, and the covenant was given to them. They make sure they study this, you know, so it's important for them. They got their own even Jewish encyclopedia where they have their own stuff and they recount their version of historical things that happened, you know, so knowledge is very, very important.
This is Jeremiah. We can break down this. Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem stand ye in the way and see, and ask for the old path, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
Yeah, what's your...
Break it down.
So what?
You can break it down.
Well, read that last part again.
Okay. In Jeremiah 6:16, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the way and see, ask for the old path, where is the good way, walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
So all you gotta do is see. All you gotta do is see. And you can begin, if you watching this, you probably already, you know, the found what you're looking for, you know, but you can begin seeking anywhere. You know, because if you seek into Islam, if you smart, you're like, this ain't it. You can start searching in Hotepism. You know, you're gonna be like, man, you know, how many times do I need to read and hear about Horus getting killed by Seth or whatever? Like, you will realize there's no substance to it. You know, so you can start your search anywhere. Eventually, all roads gonna lead back to the scriptures.
That's right.
And then afterwards, you're gonna realize, man, there's something to this. You know, there's some validity to this whole thing. You know, then you start waking up, learning who you are, but you got to first start with that search. You know, Yahweh Shai said, you know, knock. You know, the door's going to be open. You know, all you got to do is look. And then, you know, the funny thing is the truth is literally right in front of your face. It's on, you know, that nightstand that your grandma got, you know, where she always say, don't put nothing on top of my Bible. If you just opened it up and actually read inside of it. Exactly. If you actually opened it up and read inside of it, as opposed to going to your Christian church, where your Christian church is only going to give you 4 scriptures where you sing and dance, you know, all day, and you're not learning anything, where they actually doing more reading, you're going to actually learn something.
Can I grab a quick second? Because to add to what the ox said, the men of the Lord, you know, if you're part of the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you were chosen before the foundations of the world was laid, all right? So the scripture says right here in Sirach 1:14, it says to fear Yahweh is the beginning of It says to fear Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. Just to read it again, it says to fear Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. So if you're part of the elect, it's desire for Yahweh Bashmiah shine this truth has always been in you. It's just the fact that when you're reborn, you know, you don't have a remembrance of former things. You know, so you have to hear it again from a preacher. But what you hear, your spirit gravitates to this truth.
This is Sirach 37:23. A wise man instructed his people, so his understanding fail not. And what better way to instruct your people than the actual knowledge of this actual truth? You know, there's nothing higher than this truth. There's nothing, you know, above where you can seek, you know, yeah, you know, this truth for something else. You know, this is why this is talk about, you know, what's the woman in the well, John 4?
The Samaritan.
Oh, yeah. That's why when Yahweh Shai said, if you drink of this, you know, water, you gonna thirst again. Because once you read this Bible, you not like, man, you know what, I kind of, you know, what about this over here, though? You know, once I start learning about this and I started drinking, you know, from this, I was like, I don't need no Egyptology no more. What I need to do with Islam, I'm like, this is it right here. You're not thirsty no more. That's the analogy that's Yahweh Shai said.
This is John 4:13. Yahweh Shai answered and said unto her, whoso drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Right, that water we're talking about physical water, but also Egypt and all these other stuff, that's water as well. You know, right, that's that Flint, you know, high fucking acid and fucking right, that miracle water. What's that show?
Oh shit. One of the Akim brought out that there was so much opioids being used, and I think it was San Diego, that the people after they piss in the water, the clams test positive for opioids. No. So if that's happening, hey, guess what, man? There's a bunch of bullshit in this water, man.
Right, because you're supposed to be able to drink water. You're not supposed to have to, you know, sanitize it, burn it, and, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, we got to actually buy water, and even that water is bullshit. You know, you can't even trust them with that.
They got too many ingredients. No, they only have one ingredient, water.
If it rains right now, we're supposed to be able to take the rain. If it snows, we should be able to take the snow, you know, catch it, you know, not be able to burn it, and it starts, you know, smelling like plastic. You know, you're supposed to be able to drink that. You know, it's water. It's coming from heaven. You got more of that?
I got another one. Okay. Proverbs 5:15. Drink water out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well.
Oh, also that goes back, another analogy to the garden. You know, you can eat of any fruit, you know, but just don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You know, you can't drink and eat of every philosophy. You know, you gotta, you know, the waters from your own is, you know, this truth that's been given to you.
This is Jeremiah 2:13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold no water.
That's right.
That can hold no water.
Right, and you see often so many times that, a lot of times I'm noticing, this especially about women, especially about black women, is that if they don't believe in the Bible, they're quick to go into astrology. That goes back to the garden again. You know, quick to, you know, eat of that forbidden fruit. You know, the knowledge of good and evil. You know, they want to, you know, they want like something mystical. You know, want to be in all types of witchcraft or whatever.
But the 1 Corinthians 3:19, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. But it is written,
it gets proven wrong all the time. Go ahead.
It says, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
So here you got scientists that's constantly trying to prove or disprove one thing or disprove another thing. But what happens is they have all of a sudden they have the scientific fact, and all of a sudden it gets disproven. They're like, how many times have they changed their mind on hot dogs? Maybe it's good. Maybe pork is good. Maybe a little pork isn't bad. It's bad. Scripture said it. That's all there is to it.
Can I say something to add on to that? They don't want to agree that the things like pork and shrimp and lobster is wrong because not to eat it because it tells you in the scriptures not to eat it. So then they have to realize that the scriptures is true. But the doctors that are that tell you what's a good balanced diet, such as the diet like that diet triangle, whatever the hell, pyramid that they show you. They don't want to tell you what the right things to eat because then it's going to match up with the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And they'll say it like, well, damn, that sounds like a diet from the Bible or something, but they won't agree because a lot of those, the doctors, they're high leveled up Masons. And they worship Satan. You know what I'm saying? Which is of this world. That's why the Lord's not dealing with the wisdom of this world like the brothers mentioned.
Already for the production?
No, I think you got a question.
Do you mind if I take pictures?
Oh, the signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the signs.
I'm not going to take pictures. I
Okay.
asked permission. I'm going to ask.
You guys are already asking me.
Nah.
Can you grab that?
Yeah.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider. All sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backward.
And so Israel don't know, and they don't even consider. Again, being hard and being stupid. Here you are, the chosen people of God, and you don't never once consider, what is your nationality? Why are you called African American? Why are you called into two different continents? You don't consider, why are you called colored? Why are you called blacks? Why is named after their the other nationalities named after the nation where they come from? You don't consider that. Why are Native Americans called Native Americans when America was named after a white man? Why don't Israel seek? Because Israel, is given over to its own, ignorance because it doesn't even want to learn, doesn't want to seek. All they want to do is, go on the internet, watch a whole bunch of, dumb, stupid stuff on the internet. And just be a nigga all day.
That's why the Most High killed Q for World Star. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't, me personally, I can't even get on World Star. I couldn't. For years ago, I just stopped getting on it, man. Brothers go get on there. It's stuff that you can do videos on and shit, but it's just too much negativity and it just nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Jake knows, man.
Yeah,
Fucking Wiz Khalifa blogs and shit. Blog 106 and the niggas smoking and you know what I'm saying? Bitches fighting.
When Israel brings up all the Ethiopian Jews, no, they do. When they want to leave Ethiopia or Eritrea,
Ethiopians, the scripture says that there are, Israel is scattered everywhere.
It's diaspora,
Right, but as far as them, because you also read the 2 Kings 17th chapter, the 24th verse. It talks about. You about to go there?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm old.
You about to grab some? Take this.
I'm looking for it, man.
Yeah, I got the second.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, though?
No, but I'm just saying, like, so Israel is, it's pulling people from, not pulling, it's helping people relocate from Eritrea, Ethiopia, and helping them relocate and putting them in immigrant adoption centers and helping them relocate.
What about the so-called Negroes?
I don't know what you mean by that.
What about the so-called Negroes, the so-called Jamaicans and so-called Haitians? Are they helping them to relocate them?
How many people can a country of 7.4 million people?
Can you answer
Yeah,
the question?
I'm trying to, but you're interrupting me.
how can a country of 7.4 to 8.2 million people, depending on who you ask, how can they relocate everybody?
Do you know who the so-called Negroes, the so-called
I don't know that word. Sorry.
you don't know the word Negro?
I know it, but I don't use it. So
It doesn't matter if you use it or not. Just
Okay.
the word exists.
Of course.
All right.
definitely.
So who are the so-called Negroes today? The so-called blacks in America, right? Who are they?
In America, are we talking about Israel?
Everyone has a
Talking-
nation.
We want to talk about
it.
scripture. If you
Wait.
diaspora,
Okay.
Once
Wait,
again, you're not
wait.
letting me talk. That's a good thing.
Yeah, because you tried to interrupt me. All right.
You interrupt.
You're look. Okay.
There's a camera. You can see who interrupted.
We're gonna. I was making a statement. You tried to interrupt me. All right. All you need to do
I
is humble
apologize.
yourself. Okay.
If you believe that, I
Now
apologize.
check this out. Right.
That's an
Because I was asking you about something, and what you're doing is that question because you already know where we're gonna go with it. All right, it already cut you. So what you're doing is you're getting emotional. All right.
I'm not emotional.
So what he's gonna go into. All right. Every time you bring up the race card and you start talking about, well, what about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? They already feel a certain way because first of all they don't like you. Then second of all, they know what they've done to your people, man. All right. Did this happen to the Ethiopians?
Yeah.
When did it happen to the Ethiopians?
1948, 1962, if you want to talk about the Holocaust, and 1933,
That was
if you
fake.
want to talk about the Holocaust was
That
fake.
didn't
The
happen.
Holocaust was fake.
That didn't happen to the
You
Ethiopians.
really think the Holocaust was fake?
Esau,
I've been to Auschwitz. I've been to
Hold on, hold on.
Bidonic.
Wait,
I've been
wait,
to
wait,
Lodz. I've
okay,
been to. You don't think you thought it was fake?
Wait.
Okay. It's all right. I'm going to bring my volume down. I'll bring a volume down. Have a discourse and a conversation. Okay. So
Yeah, because he's about to cry.
Esau tries to.
I'm about to cry.
Here's some tissue.
No, stop.
Throughout
I'm
the
about
time.
to cry. You want to what? You want to talk? You don't think that happened?
Precepts coming out.
This is 2 Kings
Control
17
I'm not
and 19. And also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord, their power,
The laws were given to Israel. Go ahead.
but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers until he cast them out of his sight.
Got cast out the land. They didn't go to Jerba.
For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Bat king on
Trace.
drave Israel from following the Lord and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They departed not from them until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had said by all his servants the prophet. So Israel was carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day.
Right. So they were taking out their land to Assyria.
I'm just curious what chapter.
Second Kings 17.
Second.
Okay.
Get,
No, I just want to. I'm just saying. No, I like to learn. I would like to read. So no, I'll look it up later. Okay,
next,
Yeah, next
19
verse.
and 11. Oh, as a matter of fact, there's more on that.
Yeah, still, because it talks about who he puts in the land.
Okay, yeah.
This is verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and Koth, and from Av, and from Hamath, and from Baam, and placed them in the city of Samaria instead of the children of Israel.
Placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the
Samaria, do you
children.
know where that is? Can you show me on a map?
Wait. It's placed
yeah,
them
yeah,
instead of the land of Samaria. Right? In the land instead of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And they possessed Samaria and dwelled in the cities thereof.
Okay, read where it says they start taking upon the custom. Let's read it.
Yeah, I'm getting
Getting there.
verse. It's the next verse.
If anybody else got precepts, just let me know.
And so it was the beginning, of their. And let me start over. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord thereof, the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Is that what you all wanted?
Yeah. So he says lions and slew some of them because they weren't keeping commandments. They weren't following them.
Yeah.
You got more?
It's just the last verse. Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the God of the land. Therefore have he sent lions among them, and behold, they slew them, because they knew not the manner of the God of the land.
And we ain't even mentioned King Bullen and what he did, and how he adopted, the faith of, because I'm getting the impression that you're either an Amalekite, which would be a Jewish person, or I'm getting the impression that you're one of these regular
Sympathizers
that simply strongly believes in that.
My question is that
This is
Hold on, wait.
hold on, wait.
okay.
This is Matthew 10:5. It says, these 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So he said, don't go. He told us specifically where to go. Don't go to the city of the Samaritans, because we just read the city of Samaritans was occupied by who? All these other nations that took upon the customs of the Jews. They weren't, because he knew that they weren't Jews. So he said, don't go into the city of the Samaritans, because he already know the history of it. Because right now, we read in John, this had been happening. So these people still living in that land, claiming that they were the Jews, but they really are not. So simply just taking upon the customs of the Jews, because Scripture still tells you who the real Jews are.
Can I ask you a question? Can I just ask you a question for one moment?
Go ahead.
Do you not think that creating discourse and having a conversation is better than someone offering me a tissue because I'm gonna cry?
Man, you gotta get over
Hey,
it.
come
No,
on.
I don't.
Just so,
And
don't
then
even deal with that.
Don't even
question,
deal with
all right?
that, and the fact
Because
that you're saying the Holocaust
here's-
doesn't
here's-
exist. It's like that's
it
saying that
does-
lynching
it-
doesn't
it-
exist.
it
You're saying
exists.
that like.
But
like
here's the
police
thing, though.
crime on blacks
Here's the thing,
doesn't
though.
happen now.
Deal with facts,
No,
all right?
you won't let
We're gonna
me speak.
bring out the
You're gonna
scriptures.
raise your voice.
Bring out the scriptures.
Why don't you let me
See,
speak?
Esau thinks that
You don't know how to have a
control the
conversation.
narrative.
No, you don't know how to have a conversation. It's called discourse.
Right?
Discourse.
Go ahead.
A
Anybody got a
conversation.
scripture? Bring it out.
Because
Go
you're
ahead.
gonna sit up here.
Alright,
You're gonna
this
pull up. No,
This
you're
is
gonna give me a tissue.
Zephaniah.
I'm on.
No, but you're
Chapter
not
2.
letting me ever speak.
I'm on. Come here.
You're never letting me speak.
No, it's cool. Just man.
You're never letting me
We're
ask
fine.
you a question.
You said something about the Holocaust.
You got
We won't
questions?
mind talking about the Holocaust not being real. You just got emotional. No, how you gonna say the Holocaust?
No, because you
I
keep
don't mind
interrupting
saying
me.
we're
Now
bringing
you're
up- bringing
gonna
up.
sit here and you're gonna preach on the street, but you're not gonna have a conversation
But
and try
you
to
gotta be able to
inform
listen as
people
well.
about your understanding
You
of
don't wanna
beliefs.
listen.
That's what I want to know.
Because he doesn't have.
I'm trying to
he doesn't
understand
have the
beliefs.
knowledge.
I don't have
So
the knowledge.
What
I lived in Israel. I lived in Nairobi. I lived in Lebanon.
You still
I
don't have the
haven't got
knowledge. That doesn't mean nothing.
Nothing's nothing. You're gonna stand on here and not actually have a conversation, and you're gonna raise
We're
your
trying
voice.
to.
No,
but you're
aren't.
getting
You interrupt.
emotional. You're trying to argue.
I can sit here and listen,
Let
but
the scripture come out real quick. Let this.
you don't control the street. Too.
This is
Don't push people
Zephaniah,
away.
chapter 2 and verse 11.
We control
Because
this
he
world.
asked about
You do?
the Ethiopians. This is
Not
what
according to
this
this,
is
you
what the
don't.
Most High Yahweh
See,
think
look.
about the Ethiopians. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 11. The Lord Yahweh will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth.
Do you not?
And men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all the isles of the heathen. Ye Ethiopians also shall be slain by my sword.
Hold on,
So
be
that's
what?
what
Be
the
what?
most,
That should be what?
Slave
ye
by the sword.
Ethiopians also shall be slain by my sword. So that's what the Heavenly
New
Father
Testament.
of the Bible thinks about.
That's true.
That's
Sakan, you dressed up.
But
That's not New
That's
Testament.
Old
That's
Testament.
Old Testament.
Wait, what? Sing the what?
He read Zephaniah.
Verse. Give me.
What was it, 9?
Title and verse.
2 and
Title
12.
and verse.
2 and 12.
2
2 and 12. What?
Zephaniah.
That's
Talking
Leviticus,
about
Deuteronomy,
Zephaniah.
Genesis.
That's
No,
Zephaniah. Zephaniah.
I don't know Zephaniah.
Of course.
That's because you don't know the Bible.
I don't know the Bible.
Yeah, this is
sorry. I probably
just if you just respect the scriptures coming out. That's all.
no.
All right?
But my question is like, do you not
This
think
is-
that religion
This
like
is Sirach.
preaches love?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, the Bible teaches about both love and hate.
because that was
Yeah, but you guys don't think that you should try to project
Just-
love and try to make
I
understanding of this
have
course?
a scripture.
But
all right.
but you don't.
We're out here showing love. All right.
No, you're not showing
First
love.
of all, this is the thing. When you can't, this is and we see it often. We can't deal with one scripture. All right. When they can't deal with the answer to one question, they try to go to another one. Let's deal with the first question that you asked. Stop trying to go to multiple other different questions. We're still dealing with the thing concerning the Ethiopians. You made a statement, and we're going to answer it according to the Bible.
That's right.
No, so
Yeah,
this is
we're gonna discuss something with
this is Ecclesiastes.
Let's talk about contemporary.
This is Ecclesiastes 50. This is Ecclesiastes 50, verse 25. There be two manner of nations which my heart abhor. What does the word abhor mean?
Hatred
Okay.
or disillusion. Yeah, distaste. Yeah.
Out of the mouth of the horse.
If you
It
really
says there
wanna
be
look
two
at me,
manner
you
of
guys-
nations
seriously,
which
really.
my heart abhor, and the third is no nation. They that sit upon the mountain of Samaria, and they that dwell among the Philistines, and that foolish people that dwell in Shechem. Now, where's the land of Shechem?
You tell me because
Where's
obviously
the
you don't know
land?
what Judaism
No, you
is, and you don't know.
Oh no,
biblical-
wait. You lived in
don't
Israel.
let me talk.
You lived in Israel,
You never let me talk.
right? Because what you're trying to do is trying to throw my question that I just asked you
I'm
back
trying to
onto
ask
me.
you questions and having
You
a
tried
kind
to okay, answer the question
That's
that
the
I asked.
level, Rick. I
Answer the
don't
question
know,
that I asked
so I'm
you.
asking you to
But
tell
you
me.
lived in Israel.
Yes, I lived.
And you don't know what Shechem is?
Shechem?
But you're this top scholar.
No,
But you can't
I never
tell me
said
where the
that.
land of
I'm
Shechem
trying
is.
to have a conversation.
Okay, then
If I can learn something-
why are you trying to debate with us?
I'm trying. If I can learn something, then I want to learn something. I would love to have a conversation.
You're
and
not
learn something.
gonna learn nothing.
Because you're not telling me anything.
Yes,
You're
we
giving me
are.
a tissue. You're interrupting
Check
me.
this
and
out,
you're
right?
quoting
I'm gonna
improper scripture.
read this.
Have a good luck, man. I mean, seriously.
This is
I mean, seriously, you guys think if you
Because
think
it's bleeding.
really,
25.
if you think religion is hate,
Oh, he
and if you
done.
think it's like
This
that,
Where's the word religion mean?
He's done for
you
it.
don't know. You guys
What's the word
are
religion?
bleeding.
Why your mouth bleeding?
Yeah,
He's done.
you're laughing. I'm sorry.
That nigga-
Yeah,
His mouth is bleeding.
nice pressing.
That's
Yeah, see, that's
got
the
on.
devil.
Hey, you better good on the
That's probably from circumcised was a 2-year-old.
Yeah, he just got done sucking on a baby.
His mouth is all bleeding and shit.
Candy, you're a top scholar. You're trying to tell us that we're wrong. You're saying that Zephaniah is in the New Testament, all right? And then you don't even know where the land of Shechem is, man. Come on, that's in the Mount of Ephraim. That's where the Samaritans was placed when the brother read it in the book of, and the brother gave him the answer.
Yeah.
He gave him the answer in the book of 2 Kings, man.
No
Oh, the
problem.
Great Millstone on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
type
let
in Great
me
Millstone.
let me read this one more time. This is Sirach. Well, I'll just say Sirach, because the devil was up here. Which is Sirach is the book of Ecclesiastes, 50 and 25. It says, "There be two manner of nations which my heart abhor, and the third is no nation. They that sit upon the mountain of Samaria, and they that dwell among the Philistines, and that foolish people that dwell in Shechem." And he answered his question.
And they basically cut him in.
You an Israelite, bro.
It goes- it goes-
cut his mouth.
Right. And he can't. He wanted to come up here and try to confound them, just like how everybody, because the pride of their heart deceived them. They think that they know everything. Whatever they learn, is enough to beat and debunk, anybody. They don't know anything. And we was talking about how Israel don't know shit, but damn, some of these heathens, they just as dumb. They dumb as well.
Can I say something real quick? This is off Wikipedia real quick. It's off Wikipedia real quick because the Holocaust was fake. It wasn't a real thing. It was all Jewish propaganda during the time of World War II. That shit never happened. It's physically, those bodies ranked up and those numbers will still be on the face of the earth to this day if that shit actually. Them plantations or whatever the fuck they had them at, they were trying to clean them because they had typhus. It was a typhus outbreak among them damn gutter rats because they're so filthy.
How many Jews they say died? 6 million?
In the first couple of years, it was 1 million.
Yeah.
And then it would go up every so often.
Yeah.
But here's the thing,
I got
though.
something for it, too.
When you read the book of Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, doesn't it talk about us having to sever out men of continuing employment to bury the dead bodies? That's a lot of people right there.
Yeah.
You know? Not saying that those two things go together, but what I'm saying is there's gonna be a lot of slain over there after the Lord do his thing over there, man. And we're gonna have to sever out men of continuing employment to bury those dead bodies. They should still be burying them bodies until today, like the ox said.
It takes modern day cremate takes 2 hours. Modern day, that's now. Then it would have took way longer for some cremating to happen, man. That's how you know it was just all bullshit. But this is from Wikipedia. Holocaust denial. Holocaust denial is an act of denying the genocide of Jews in the Holocaust during World War II. Because Holocaust denial frequently an important facts of racism propaganda. It is considered a serious social problem where it occurs. So it was all propaganda. It was all made up to get how the Jews are set up right now, so they can have basically the world's wealth, the world's fucking. That's why America still sends them money to this day. That whole shit never even happened, man. It's all propagated bullshit. That was the true Holocaust, what the brother was holding up, man. What happened to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? That actually happened, man.
Okay.
There's everybody on the planet Earth knows that happens. Everybody. There's nobody denying that. But there's a whole bunch of different groups denying that the Holocaust ever even happened, man, because it was all bullshit, man. And he got all upset about that. That's why he bit his fucking lip and his mouth started bleeding, man. He got all fucking hurt.
You bleed before anybody even hits you, nigga.
He really needed the tissue because he was actually bleeding.
I got a precept before he came up here. I got to make that to you.
Okay, God, this is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, one morsel of meat, so birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it with tears. And that was that guy right there. He was damn near about to cry, biting his lip and shit.
He was about to cry.
They know these so-called white people know that they are going down. They lost their blessing, they sold their birthright, and it's about to come to pass real soon.
That's right.
Hey, the real Holocaust and the real genocide. What happened to the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, over here on the continent of America, because we're the true Israelites, all right? And what we went through, we can prove it biblically, by going through the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Them getting the land back, first of all, it goes against the scriptures. When you read Deuteronomy 28 and 68, it says that no man shall redeem thee. All right, how did they get the land back? All right, that whole fake Holocaust was part of their agenda of creating the state of Israel. All right, all you have to do is go and do some research. All right, look up the Balfour Declaration. All right, the letter that was written from Arthur Balfour to Lionel Rothschild. Why is there a street in Israel called the Rothschild Boulevard? The Rothschilds, the rich elite, all right, which are ruling the world, the Bible, all right, let's deal with the word revelation. The word revelation means apocalypse. It means to reveal, right? What does the book of Revelation talk about? It talks about the red beast. It talks about the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns that will be ruling over during the time when our Lord and Savior comes. And that he's going to take down and that he's going to destroy. Also, the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, which talks about Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the end of it, that the beginning of it that follows. So that lets you know what the scriptures is doing is revealing who is the wicked. All right, who's ruling over the world right now is the rich elite banking families who happen to be the Rothschilds. all right, who Arthur Balfour pretty much gave the land to, which he had no right to give him that land. What happened was during, I believe, that was either World War I or II, he got the Britons got the Ottomans and the Turks out of that land, and they gave it unto these Amalekites, all right, which are now portraying themselves to be Israelites. They don't even call themselves Israelites; they call themselves Jews, man. Where's the rest of the tribes?
About to grab yours. Yeah,
Revelation 2:9. I know thy work in tribulation and poverty, that thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So scripture says right here in the New Testament, revealing again about who the Jews are. Read that again.
So Revelation 2:9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, that thou
So we're
art
going
rich.
through poverty. The Jews are going through poverty. Go ahead.
Rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So who is the main ones claiming that they're Jews? It's these so-called, modern day Khazars. They're the ones saying that they're the Jews. He knows he's not, but to come up here and see it, to actually see it in his face that he's not, to actually stand toe-to-toe with the real Jews who know that he's fake, and to tell them that he's not a real Jew, that curse him.
That's just real quick. That's why he said, "Where's the 13th tribe?" That's why there's that book, "The 13 Tribes" by Arthur Koestler. He said for those people, in order for them to be Israelites, there would have to be a 13th tribe.
That's right.
Well, that's what y'all niggas, y'all not know. Done away with. Y'all not Israelites.
That's the point of the book.
Exactly.
Because he referenced the book, not even knowing what the fuck the book was talking about, man. That book is talking about it had to be some magical 13 tribe for y'all for them gutter rats to make it. He probably read that book, not even knowing what it was talking about.
He ain't read. He'd get crying. He'd be crying. He'd be reading, biting his tongue and shit. He'd be crying and shit.
This is Job 9 and 24. Actually, I'm gonna get this verse real quick. This is Numbers 23 and 9. For from the top of the rock I see him, and from Numbers 23 and 9. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hill I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and it shall not be reckoned among the nations, because the nations don't recognize us as being the other nations don't recognize us as being the children of Yahweh Shimei Shai. They recognize us as niggas, sticks, and Uncle Tomahawks, man. That's what we're recognized as unto these other nations, man. But soon enough, we're going to be recognized as the children of Yahweh Shemel Shai, of the living powers. And this is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is it? Because the so-called white man has covered all the faces of all the judges, man. That's why everywhere you look is a white boy, man. The motherfucker who can't even stand in the sun for a good hour is at the top of the pole, totem pole right now, man. But soon enough, he's gonna be thrown down. That's why you got white Caesar Borgia. That's why the last samurai is an Edomite. That's why the last Indian is an Edomite. Last Mohicans. That's why when you look at all the Dark Age photos, it's an Edomite.
Great Wall of China.
Great Wall of China is an Edomite. If you look at all the old movies and everything, you'll be like, where's niggas at? Basically,
where's Interstellar?
Yeah, where's Jake at? Because in all the old movies, it's all Edomites. Maximus was an Edomite, and that was that Gladiator. Commodus, which he was a Israelite. Everybody's a so-called white man, and Esau just on top of shit.
Even a couple years ago, the History Channel had a documentary called Hannibal.
I was just thinking that. That's
it's old now on YouTube. It's old now. It's a whole different one with an Edomite on there. Yeah, it was a.
I seen the Jake one.
Yeah,
I watched it.
That's all I wanted to add.
Yeah. Hey, Hannibal Barca is an Edomite now, which Hannibal Barca meant. Hannibal Barca is a Hebrew word for lightning strike, man.
Hanan Bol.
Because you know how to say it.
Hanan Bol Barak. Hanan Bol Barak.
Hanan Bol.
Or no, Hanan Bol. It was the word Khan, Hanan and Bol.
Yeah, because he fought like that. He had that lightning strike tactic on all these heathens, man. But now he's an Edomite. It's fucking madness, man. All that shit, everything's gonna be flipped back to how it's supposed to be, man. Even these other nations are gonna go back to what the fuck they're supposed to be. Because Esau's the fucking last samurai and shit. With samurais, which that was Jake anyways, but everybody thinks it's Moab. Everything's gonna go back to his rightful order on the planet Earth. Because Esau's fucked up everything, man. The so-called white man has boldly destroyed the earth by putting his face everywhere, man. And that Edomite just got his spiritual ass whooped, man. We ain't put his hands on him, but it looked like we put his hands on him, man. But spiritually, Yahweh Shem Yahushua was through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He just got his ass whooped. That's why his lip was bleeding. That's why he was about to cry. He couldn't get over that statement. Because he was literally about to cry when he said the Holocaust is fake. It's fake, man. I'm shocked he didn't call it. I was waiting for him to say we anti-Semitic. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that because you can't just apply that to yourself. I was waiting for this devil to say you're anti-Semitic. I was waiting for that shit, man. I'm lying.
All right, can somebody grab that? Too. It's the book of Baruch 2:1. It says, therefore the Lord hath made good his word, which he pronounced against us, and against our judges that judge Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and Judah. Verse 2, to bring upon us great plagues such as never happened under the whole heaven. Right. So if the Holocaust was so detrimental, you know, they should, everything that happened in the Holocaust should line up to the curses that the Most High had declared what happened unto the Israelites. You know, and right now we're going into the book of Baruch, the second chapter, because it goes into slightly more vivid understanding of how the nation of Israel would be because of those curses. Verse 2, to bring upon us great plagues such as never happened under the whole heaven, as it came to pass in Jerusalem, according to the things that were written in the law of Moses. According to the things that were written in the laws of Moses. No, Moses didn't say, nation that looks like you is going to come from up down the block, and they're going to put you in concentration camps with TVs and nice picket fence, and they're gonna have to wrestle you to get the fleas that's off the back. And then because y'all fucking stink all the damn time, gonna take your clothes and throw them in a big ass fire. No, he didn't say that. He said that we would go back to Egypt. One of the main curses that was going to befell us was that we was going to go back into Egypt by way of ships. And there's only one group. There's only one group. There's a certain select few groups of people on the entire planet that has went through that type of curse. It's Deuteronomy 28 and 50. It says, a nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. If I may add, you know, that fierce nation is Edomite. What they did to us, how they treated us, it was very
fierce and it was full of anger and hatred. You know, and that was prophesied, man. Prophesied that to happen. What fierce nation, if these Bibles for the Amalekites, the Jews, what's that fierce nation that came up to the Jews to put them in the Holocaust? They're Edomites. The Germans were Edomites. So that was the same nation. So the Amalekites in Israel, the Jewish people, and the German people, they're all Edomites from different tribes, but the same nation. So that doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense, man. Nothing makes sense whether you break it down statistically, factually, through the scriptures. The Holocaust, that event never happened. Like the brother read, Holocaust deniers, that's an actual thing. Because
The bloated.
verse 3 says that a man should eat the flesh of his own son and the flesh of his own daughter. Moreover, he hath delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms that are around about us.
Right. To be in subjection under all the kingdoms that's round about us. The Israelis didn't have to go through that. You know, they was only so-called under the subjection of the Nazis and the Germans. You know, but when you go into the actual factual in history, you know, the so-called blacks, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, they're the only ones that actually got put on boats and shipped to different corners of the world. It was put in subjection under different kingdoms, to the point where all the other heathens that or all the other nations that had them in captive sent gifts to one another because of the fact that they had slaves, had those group of people, which are the true Israelites, under their subjection. You know, the Israelis didn't get sent to fucking Russia, into to America, into Africa to be under anyone's subjection. You know, because when you go into how shit played out, they took over our land right afterwards.
It says to be as a reproach and desolation among other people round about, where the Lord has scattered them. It says to be a reproach.
You know, we're the only people in the world that's been elected and you know, to get mistreated. You know, the Israelis, they over there kicking back, having the shit all the time. You know,
When they hear, they own everything. They most likely own downtown Detroit. I know different towns. Brothers been in. They own different strips. You know what I'm saying? Outlet malls. They own the entertainment. They own Hollywood.
they own a high level of respect to all the other nations. You know, the so-called black man don't got that. The so-called Hispanic man don't got that. The so-called Native and Seminole Indian man don't have that. We don't have that type of respect. We don't have that type of honor. We don't have that type of reverence and fear from the other nations to not come against us, to not look at us like we're some piece of shit on the ground. We don't have that. The Israelis do. So how do they match up with the scriptures? They don't.
Verse 5. Thus we were cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned against our Lord God and have not been obedient unto his voice. The Lord our God appertaineth righteousness, but unto us and to our fathers it was shame, as appeared this day. For all these plagues are come upon us, which the Lord hath pronounced against us.
You know, and all those curses have been shown to be upon the true Israelites, who are, like I said, the so-called Negro, the so-called Hispanic, so-called West Indian, Haitian, Hispanic, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians. You know, we're the only ones that have went through those specific curses. Anybody have anything?
Yeah, I have something. This is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amoz saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days, we're in the last days right now, that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the Most High of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. That you go to like I don't know because those people not being taught the ways of the Lord over there in Israel right now. Those people are, it's a pink city over there, man. They want that to be the biggest homosexual capital in the world over there in Jerusalem. Continuing on. And we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem. And the word of the Lord is not coming out of that land right now. Continuing on in verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift their sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And it's nothing but war going on over here. Verse 1, Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
Right. So, if the Israelis, the so-called Jewish people, are in the land of Israel at this current present moment, if they were the true biblical Israelites, all the nations will be gathered unto them to ask for wisdom, to ask for guidance, to ask how to direct themselves in this world, to ask how to govern themselves in their own nation. Nobody in no nation on this planet has that type has gone up to the Israelis. Nobody's going to them for wisdom, for counsel, to get understanding of their God, to get understanding of how to walk according to the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High Heavenly Father, whose true name is Lashawan Kodash is Yahweh, or to learn about his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. Right. They're in their own cocktail and bullshit.
They read out of a book called the Talmud, a satanic book. They don't read out of the Bible. You have a Jew come up to a camp and say, where's the first, we read out of the first 5 books of the Bible. Yeah. But they lying though.
Hey, the book of Talmud says the one they called Jesus was he went to hell and was boiled.
It's crazy. If you actually, you can look it
up. That he was fighting. He wasn't even fighting with Satan. Satan was just fucking him up. He was in hell, burning and shit. That's what they say. What happened to the one they called Jesus? That's what the book of Talmud said. That's what's that shit? The Babylonian. That's a Babylonian book. Man. That shit is farce. It's madness.
So let's what's the word I'm looking for? Let's dig into that a little bit more. So the brother just mentioned that the Talmud is a Babylonian book. If that's the case, why are they not going up? Why are they not following their own law, statutes, and commandments? Why are they following their own book? Babylonians were done away with a long time ago. If that's the case, simplicity. Simplicity in this whole world. Got our own people with dumbest
Raising fucking faggots.
They'll walk up to a camp and say, oh, where's the Torah? Where's the Torah? We got the Bible in our hand. The first 5 books is the Torah. You know?
Then you talk about us wearing dresses.
Yeah.
We're wearing what we biblically are supposed to wear. And he wearing suits, ties, button-up shirts, and stuff like that. That's not how the Most High commanded us, you know, and how our dress code is supposed to be in the Bible.
Anybody else say something? Oh, no, I don't. Okay, it says, for all these plagues are come upon us, which the Lord hath pronounced against us. Oh, it's a lot. Actually, you know what? Before I started verse 2. He said, group 4:21. It said, it reads, be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. Right. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power of the enemies. Now, the Israelites, they were groaning, they were so-called, they was crying so-called, but the Most High didn't send them a savior. They didn't, the U.S. During the time, what's that, D-Day, was not the saviors to come bring them out of Germany and bring them into the land that the Most High promised. No, it's the true Israelites are still going that time of mourning and affliction. Continue. 22. For my hope is in the everlasting, and he saved me. And joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. That's right. Right. Because throughout the scriptures, the Most High always declared himself as the Holy One of Israel. Thy Redeemer. You know, the Redeemer of Israel. You know, there's no other nation or people or one individual that's outside of the nation of Israel that can save the Israelites. Ezekiel 30:97 says, so will I make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. You know, and that's going on right now. The Most High has given his holy name back unto us. We speak the Lashon Kodash. We know the ancient Paleo Hebrew. We know how to properly say the Most High's name. That's right. Not be the fuck-ups that we were once in the ancient days. We're doing, to the best of our abilities, we keep the law, statutes, and commandments. To the best of our ability, we obtain or we uphold the integrity as true Israelites. We're out here proclaiming the name of the Most High's holy name unto the Gentiles. We're out here proclaiming the holy name of the Messiah, who everyone ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. You know, and it goes to show you that nobody really gives a damn about no Jesus Christ, because they spit on that name. Right. No, but ain't no one's gonna spit on the name of Yahushua, especially when he cracks them clouds and starts raining fire on everybody's bitch ass for being so fucking disrespectful and wicked unto his people. And not to mention his own 2/3 of his own people that's going out of their way to act in the ways of the evil.
And it's so easy to point out the Amalekite, the so-called Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Typically, they got the curly hair, the big. You know, if they don't have the yarmulke, you can still point them out who they are. They're the type of people who are. What's that guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm? He's a Amalekite. The guy, I forget his name. He's like the old cranky guy. A lot of them are old, cranky, very stingy with money. They want to get money about you. That's why most of the elite bankers and all of that. So Jewish people. And another thing, Jewish, it's at the end, it's pertaining to you're trying to be as a Jew. So, you know what I'm saying? It's ish. You're trying to be like. So you're really not ish.
And it just goes to show that Americans do not have comprehension skills. Because if you actually sat down and analyzed a lot of the shit that goes on in the world, it doesn't take that long to understand that something's off. It doesn't take that long to see that there's deception and lies that's been placed in front of you since the time that you came out of the matrix.
It's the book of Isaiah. 34.
I thought he was.
It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it." You know, so we have an obligation to come out here and even teach the other nations. And what I mean, I don't mean teach them as in just teach their nationality. You know what I'm saying? Teach them. You can teach them their judgment. What's going to come from this? And if they want to go back and forth and debate whether the scriptures are wrong or not, we can do that. We're here to work because it's a vibration. Like you said, it's a righteous vibration. When you say Jesus, that's a negative vibration. You know what I'm saying? That word has a nasty vibe to it.
We have another.
Wicked vibe to it. When you say Yahweh Shem Yahshai, even when you pray, you know what I'm saying? That's a good vibration. And it spreads, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can come out here and tell you who they are. Look, you're an Edomite. Look, you're an African. You're a Hamite. Things of that nature. Then we tell them their judgment. More than likely, we tell them they go into slavery, and then they get up the street. You know? So yeah, we can go back and forth. But if you're going to sit there and be emotional, get triggered on the words, you might get up and
This is Isaiah 34 and 1. Yeah, every time I try to Yeah, okay. You got it there, Carl.
Okay. Can I read my piece?
Did you read what you read?
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah, because these people, man, it was prophesied that was happening, man. Y'all can't see behind the camera. You got people, decks, man, standing out to the side trying to debate other Aqua that we don't got. This is the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And that's what we're doing. We out here boldly telling our people that they're Israelites, and we also giving these heathen nations their judgments.
And if I can say something, when have you seen Negroes or Latinos and Native Americans doing that, man? Standing up for righteousness. And that's what people hate, man. They hate when we stand up for our own nation, our own people, man. Because when we doing nigga shit and when they say hood rat shit, they what did I say? Yeah, ratchet shit. Everybody's all cool with it. But when we start preaching out the Bible and standing up for who we are, not being a bunch of dumb niggas, everybody hates it, man. They hate when we not being dumb niggas and just being dumb spicks, man. And we're not dumb Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
That's right.
We're the children of the Heavenly Father, man. And our people have to wake up to that, man.
That's right.
Jake, they like that video Apostle Tar did, man. Jake is out here worried about the fucking finals while this devil about to try to come down and kill you, man. It's time to stop bullshitting and wake up, man. We gonna stand up for righteousness no matter how long it takes, man. We gonna stand up with boldness no matter how much you devils despise it and how much you devils hate it.
That's right.
Because we're the children of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, man. That's what he commanded us to do, man. Not to worry about the finals and sit at home and fucking in your mama's basement playing video games and eating popcorn and smoking blunts, man. It's trying to stand up for righteousness, man.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they live for. And these people are amazed. Like, you got people on the other side of the line. Why they pants ain't sagging? Where the blunts at? Oh, these guys got their pants pulled up. These guys preaching out of the Bible, man. They speaking, you know, with what the so-called white man would consider intelligence. You know what I'm saying? these people, man, they
ain't trying to rock a Gucci belt with their ass
Right,
hanging out,
exactly,
man. Trying to got polo boxes on so everybody can see it, man. They really are confused about it. They walk by and like, why these niggas ain't rapping and singing? What? Why ain't they shucking and jiving, man? Why ain't they about why ain't they fucking all about all bread and circus, man? Because we're not about that, man. We're about raising up our nation, man. Raising up the tabernacles of David as they were before through the spirit and power of Yahweh.
We're serious. Because we're walking in the spirit and in the likeness of Yahushua. And the Bible tells you that Yahushua was an austere man.
That's right.
He ain't come playing no fucking games, man. What was your question, man? No. The brother got a precept. And then you
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, reveling, banqueting, and abominable idolatry, wherein they think it strange that ye not run with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Yo, yeah, that's that shit. They think it's strange, man, that we not out here to the same excess of rioting, man. What's rioting is just basically partying, man. And that shit, I was down here last night, just walked in my car, and that's all Jake was doing, man. Partying, man. Partying, bullshitting, bread and circus, decadence, man. While when we come out, negatives. That's all Jake want to do is. And so when people see us standing out in great boldness before everyone who's afflicted and destroyed us, they're confused, man. They're really actually confused, and they get afraid when they see blacks, Latinos, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans cussing them out for all the wickedness they've done, man. And we gonna keep bringing out all the wickedness you nations done to us, man.
That's right.
Yeah, Lord willing, man. Well, you treated us wrong, man. If we did the same thing to you devils will be crying about it too, man. You devils still were crying about 9/11 when that shit happened, man. You devils will still bring that up, man. You bring up Iran, ISIS. Yeah, you did it. You created ISIS, and you devils always bring it up about how about ISIS is wrong. You devils created ISIS, man. You're a rich banking family created ISIS. You always tell Mexicans to get jobs, but you motherfuckers are the ones who came over here and enslaved them, man, and sat on your ass and were lazy, man. That shit, all this wickedness you've done unto Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans has to be paid back for, man.
That's right.
You will want vengeance if we did it to you. If we did the same exact shit to you, man.
and they fear retaliation. You know, they fear retribution.
Yeah, like that one dude said. Well, they fear.
They don't want these things that they did it to us to come back on them.
We take pictures of signs. That's not our face.
I had a precept real quick.
This looks very familiar.
Okay. This is Revelation.
What are you gonna do?
11.
I'm sure my friends make it home. I'm from Chicago.
Oh, they probably see
see
it there too.
See, these niggas is here too.
They know about it in Chicago too.
It's okay, Esau. You know.
They both places. Hey, this is Revelation 11. Yeah. 11. They in Detroit too. Yeah.
No, but guess what, man? Esau. I mean, you may prepare, you think, you prep. You might go and get some bullets. You know, you might get some AR-15s, thinking that you're gonna be able to take down any man of the Lord. And some of us you will. But guess what? That's still not going to throw off the judgment that Yahweh Shai is about to bring on you.
This is
The Lord's gonna break his foot off in your ass, and then he's gonna put it in the men of the Lord to be able to do the same thing.
This is Revelation. I'm gonna jump around real quick. This is Revelation 11:6. I'll start at 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut up heaven in the day that it rain not in the day of their prophecy. Speaking about the prophets of Yahweh Hashem, going back to I think it was Joshua and Rubel about the two olive trees, and then speaking about the prophets also, man. If you anything they were doing to y'all back then, it's gonna come back again, man. They tormented you back then with their prophecies. We're gonna torment you and irritate you the exact same way, man.
And they had spiritual power.
Yep, and they have power, and have power over water to turn them to blood and to smite the earth with all plagues as they will, and when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. What you did, you overcame the prophets back then, the Roman Empire. You took down Israel. You took down the Negroes, Judah back then, the southern tribe. But you're not gonna do it this time, man. You're not gonna take over the prophets this time, man. You're gonna fail at it. They're a waste of time. They're a waste of time. They're a waste of time. This is I'm gonna jump down to verse 10.
Getting his battle plan.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelled on the earth. And for the word tormented is trouble, because the prophets troubled you, man. They were always troublesome to every empire that they were raised up in, man. They were always a nuisance to the people that were in power, man. Can you get a real quick Jeremiah 28:8? Just real quick.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28,
That's
and verse 8.
Yeshaya says, Shalom.
Shalom. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yep, so the prophets, they did that back then, and we're doing it again, once again, man. We're troubling these nations, man. We're troubling all these nations once again. That's why they were happy when we fell down, because they weren't tormented anymore. This verse 11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life, which is 350 years, which was basically a period of slavery all the way up to 1969, when Elder Alva Bivens came on the scene preaching that we were Israelites. That's when the spirit of life came back into them and stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So great fear is falling upon these people once again, man, because they see us rising up as a nation. They see the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans standing up as Israelites, man, under the order of Yahweh.
That's right.
Now, what you
Like I said.
It's the book of Ezekiel 33 and 30.
Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. Our people are still talking about
talking against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, against his men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coming up against us. We're trying to do the best we can. Like serve the Lord. You know, they always try to get false accusations on the prophets. They always try to kill the prophets. The prophets try to harm other people. You know, we were trying to be, even in our past life, we were trying to be
I don't certain told. That's all.
harmless as doves. And that irritates people, man. And they wanna overcome their bullshit. But you trying to follow Yahweh Shem Yahushai and continue on the path to because when the 144,000 is sealed up, that's when our Lord is coming back. That's right. We're here for the elect, man. We're here to wake up the elect. That's it, man. We're not here to placate to different to your arguments or what you feel. You know what I'm saying? We're here to wake up the elect, and that's our main goal. That's what avoiding the bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? That's who we're focused on. We're not focused on everybody. We're not trying to wake up the whole house of Israel. Because the scriptures doesn't say that the whole house of Israel is going to wake up right now. The only ones that's going to get this thing and be sealed with it is the 144,000 and the 130 of the nation of Israel. So to hell with the rest of Israel, man.
That's right.
They're going to come back in the kingdom in their right mind. All right? Because the scriptures do say, to you guys, Romans 11 and 26, it does say all Israel.
This is Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the nation have obtained it, and the rest is blind.
So the rest of Israel is blind. Yeah. The only ones that can see are the ones that the Most High opened up their eyes and their ears. Can you grab Matthew 13 and 10? I got you. Right. Hold on, just a second. Let that come out. The only ones that can see are the ones that the Most High open up their eyes. Which eyes? Their spiritual eye, your mind's eye, not your regular eyes. All right, because you can see us out here. You see it. You walk up unto us. You know, you can hear us when you pass it by. But having like the scriptures gonna say, they have eyes but they see not, and they have ears but they hear not.
That's right.
You got guys that still want to debate about this. Here it is, all of the other nations, man, at one point in time had our people in slavery. But you got other people that still want to save them, man. So what's going to happen, man? There's going to be a lot of Israelites that get killed. And because the scripture tells you in Isaiah the 13th chapter, it says those that are joined up to them, shall be thrust through, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
So, what was going on, our Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach, was speaking unto his disciples plainly. But the rest of the people, he was speaking unto them in parables. And the reason he was doing that is because there's some people that this thing just ain't for, man. That's the reason why, with a lot of guys, we don't even waste our time on them. Because the scripture said, if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant.
That's right.
So just go ahead on. Go ahead.
Verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven.
God, so it's given unto the Lord's chosen. Ariyah. Amos 3 and 7.
It says, but to them it is not given.
This is Amos.
This morning. Yeah.
You want the Amos?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. This is Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto the servants as prophet.
So the Lord doesn't do. It says he won't do anything, but he reveals secrets unto his servants and prophets. So really, truly, to be able to understand this, you have to be a prophet that the Lord is dealing with, man.
That's right.
You can't just be a regular Joe Small. You can't be just some preaching dude up in the Israelite Christian church, man. No, the Spirit of the Lord has to be working with you, man.
That's right.
In the barbershop, giving out lineups, but you trying to give out precepts at the same time. When the scriptures clearly tells you not to line up the corners of your beard, man, or your head. Go back to that Matthew.
Okay. Verse 12. it says, for whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whoever hath not, for him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing, they hear not.
It says they see and see not, and they hearing, hear not. So in order to, we're on a different frequency, all right?
Right.
We're on the frequency of the Holy Spirit. So in order to perceive what we're saying, you have to be of the same spirit. That's the reason why. Hey, can you go back to can you grab that? Can two walk together except they be agreed? Habakkuk 2 and 3. Or what is that? 3 and 3. No, it's 2. It's 2. It's 2. That's the reason why. If you don't see eye with us, oh okay, oh well. You know, you just don't believe. You don't just go your way. Because we'll tell you, we're not out here for everybody, man. We're only out here for the ones that agree with the things that we're pushing, man.
Right.
And why would they agree? Because they have the same spirit as us. Go ahead.
It's Amos 3 and 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Yep. Can two walk together except they be agreed? If we can't agree, and you want to keep coming back to us, you know, having debates, and the scripture tells you in Titus, what is that, Titus 2 and 13? If you can grab that, or 2 and 10, somewhere around there.
This is the book of Titus.
After the second and third admonition, reject, because they're wholly subverted.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm in Titus.
Is it 3 and 10?
Yep, God. This is Titus chapter 3 and verse 10. Or you want me to start at 9?
Start at 9. Yes.
Okay. This is Titus chapter 3 and verse 9. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings above the law, above the law, for they are unprofitable and vain.
So, and we deal with the law, all right? But we more so deal with Yahushua, all right? Because we need him for when we come short of keeping the law. We can't keep the law, such the commandments, perfectly in this place, in this flesh. You know, so we're waiting on a different. We're waiting on the second half of the new covenant to be fulfilled, which is us receiving new bodies, and the law, statutes, and commandments being put in our inward parts. And when is that going to happen? It's going to happen when the Messiah comes to redeem us up out of this place, man.
Verse 10, a man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition reject.
Grab the word heretic for me. Because it says a man that is a heretic after the second and third admonition reject, which means not to deal with him. You got guys that'll constantly scoff against this truth, or they'll come up to you. They constantly want to debate. But what's the point if it's not going anywhere? So we're only pushing this message to the people that want to get it. We're only pushing this message to the elect, man.
That's right.
And you got elect brethren and sisters that are waking up throughout the four corners of the world. Here it is. You don't need a Lear jet. You don't need a plane ticket or your own $54 million jet to fly around the world to redeem the Lord's people. First of all, when you go to the book of grab Isaiah 11 and grab Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Because a man can't redeem you. Now, what we can do, we can sow seed. All right, like it says, I want to say it's 2 Corinthians. You know, Paul planted for Apollo water, but the Most High give the increase. The only thing that we can do is sow that seed. But it's the Most High that's going to give the increase. It's ultimately the Most High that pick and choose who he wants to get this thing. But a lot of you people are wicked, man.
That's right.
And that's the reason why the Most High don't allow you to get this truth, because the scripture tells you in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, wisdom shall not enter into a malicious soul, man.
That's right.
A lot of you guys are evil, man.
I got a heretic for you.
Go ahead.
This is the Strong's definition of heretic. It's G141, and it's pronounced Hahi Ret Ekos, and it reads, fitted or able to take or choose a thing, schismatic.
Schismatic. Now, what scripture should come to mind? That there shall be no schisms.
That's right.
You got people that are trying to, they're causing, can somebody grab that scripture?
I think that's 2 Corinthians 9.
There's still more to it.
No, I know.
Yes.
Grab that scripture. You can go ahead.
Factitious, a follower of a false doctrine.
A follower of a false doctrine. So it could be somebody that was a part of Israel. It could be somebody that's in the Christian church. You know, you got guys that know that they're Israelites, but they follow false doctrines. And what they are, the scriptures calls them heretics.
That's right.
They cause that division. Really, there's only one truth, man. Lord, there's only one baptism. We're out here trying to baptize, Israelites, in that water, which is the truth, man. But you got guys that want to dump them in swampy, fell out, Detroit River type water, man. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 12:25. That there should
be. They want to dump them. They want to dump them in that water up inside of the church that Sister Sarah just got getting baptized in, and she's on her menstrual cycle, man. Go ahead.
There's 1 Corinthians 12:25 that there should be no schisms in the body, but that the members should have the same care one for another.
And that shows you that the elect, the church of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is a different body. Right now it's the rest of the nation of Israel isn't a part of this body, man.
We like a different.
We're that's the reason why I said, can you grab that in Romans?
This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 6. Not as though the word of the Most High have taken none effect. For they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
So they're not all Israel that's of Israel. All right, you got the Israel, which is the whole nation of Israel, but then you got the elect, which is the Israel of the Most High. Can you grab Galatians 6 and 16?
God.
Because we're of the same spirit of Jeremiah, man. And when we were younger in this thing, which we're still babes, all right? We don't pride ourselves as being, on the level of our elders, man. We're still babes in these things, but we're mature enough to have the understanding to know that there's a difference between the wicked ass Israel and the Israel of the Most High. That there's clearly a distinction. The Most High didn't call us into this thing to gather all nations. The Most High didn't call us into this thing to be hip-hop Israelites. The Most High didn't call us into this thing to be of the fashions of this world, man. The brother did a lesson, all right? What was the name of that lesson again, Arya?
Huh?
What was the name of that lesson about the clothing?
What is it? Basically, wearing the right garments, man. Showing up with the wedding garments.
A lot of you guys ain't got them right garments. What is the garments constitute of? It constitutes His truth. When the Lord comes back, will He find you clothed with the vestures of His truth, man? With true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. A lot of you Israelites are gonna have on strange apparel. You're gonna see the Lord in the eye, in the sky, because the scriptures say that all eyes shall see Him. You're gonna hold up the fringes, thinking that it's the seal, man.
Dress for the occasion.
Yeah, dress for the occasion, man. We're out here trying to dress Israelites for the occasion. All right, the occasion is what? It's a wedding ceremony. All right, but look at all these Israelites. I mean, you got this brother. He's an Israelite. All right. Now, what I'm saying though, look at all the Israelites in general that walk past us. We're bending them to the feast. No, but do they want to come into it? No. They want to stay in this world. They want to keep on the fashions of this world. When Paul said in 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, the fashions of this world pass away. Okay, go ahead.
I got
Galatians.
You got.
Okay, go ahead.
I got.
This is Galatians 6.
Let him walk. I see. You got a clip for it, brother.
And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy and upon Israel Yahweh.
It says, read verbatim.
Galatians 16, as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy upon the Israel of God.
And then a lot of guys get mad when you don't shalom them. And it says peace be upon who?
Peace be upon them.
What does shalom or shalom mean, or shalom? It means peace. Why should I put peace or a blessing or a peace upon somebody that's coming up against what I believe in? Against an enemy of the Most High Heavenly Father.
Yeah, no Godspeed.
You know, bid him Godspeed. Why should I bless you when you we put curses on you, man.
Right.
And we pray to the Most High for your destruction.
Right.
Because you're wicked as hell, man.
I got something real quick. This is where schism, it means a split or division between strong opposed.
That's what I wanted. That was the intentions.
Opposed or party caused by difference in opinion or belief.
In difference in opinions and belief. Here it is. You got a whole different opinion than me, but yet you want us to come together, man. We can't come together because we don't believe in the same thing. What's gonna happen is we gonna get to talking about scripture, and what's gonna happen is be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. This ain't the time to be trying to gather all of Israel right now. 2 Corinthians 6. Go ahead.
Okay, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what should have righteousness with unrighteousness?
And who's the righteous? The righteous, the elect. It's the just. Which we're not trying to make ourselves of that number. But what does it say? What does it say in Second Peter 1:10? It says give diligence to make your calling and election sure, man. So what we're trying to do is give diligence to make our calling and election sure, because we want to be part of the elect. But you got other guys who already say that they're part of the elect. Is that humble, man?
Nope.
Well, here it is. You don't do no lessons. You only teaching once a month. When you do upload videos, it's not videos to edify the elect. It's not videos to feed the flock. What are you teaching about? Building up swimming pools, man. Which season is to mix together to make the flavor come out of the meat, man? You're trying to feed niggas with burgers when the Most High wants you to feed them with the bread of life, man.
That's right.
Can somebody get on deck John the 6th chapter?
God.
You know, because that bread is Yahushua. We're out here testifying Yahushua. We're out here speaking on prophecies, man. And the scripture says that the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. If you're of the spirit of Yahushua, then you will be in prophecy, into prophecy. You will be into the word of the Most High Heavenly Father. But that goes to, and the Most High has it set up like that to make a distinction, a clear separation. They're that are on the contrary part, you know, those are the ones that are into this world. They're the ones that's not preaching the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and I claim her for my brother.
That's right.
Right.
It's too late.
You know? But Salaki, go ahead. We got this. Go ahead, read that scripture.
John?
The one in Corinthians.
Okay. Back in 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Now they'll teach you in church that's talking about a wife, you know, if her husband doesn't believe that he's an Israelite, then you go and leave him. Well, that's not the truth. All right, grab Arya, you hold something? Grab Acts
That's the
the
scripture
18th
they
chapter.
use? That's wicked as hell.
That's wicked. All right, because the scripture tells you, no matter if he's a believer or not, a woman, if she's according to the law, a woman, if she's married, she's bound to her husband until he dies. You know, whether he believes or not. 18:1 on down.
Is that the one to talk about Timotheus?
It's talking about Priscilla and Aquila.
All right, go to 16. Go on. You can read from the top.
Yeah, I got it. This is Acts 16:1. Then came he to Derbe and Lystra, and behold, a certain disciple was there named Timotheus, thus the son of a certain woman, which was a Jewish.
So she knew that she was all right. She kept the customs of the Jews. She knew that she was an Israelite. All right, but her husband, he kept the customs of the Greeks. You know, and he may have even spoke Greek. Go ahead.
And believed, but his father was a Greek.
But his father was a Greek. That just means that his father was taking on those Greek customs. You know, and he probably shaved his head bald. You know, he wore a toga. All right, he wore the rosemary around his head. He was into those the Greek's fashions.
This is First Maccabees 1 and 30. This is First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go make a covenant with the heathens that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much trouble." And the heathens that these Israelites were speaking about was those Greeks, man, at the time, because that's who was ruling. Antiochus Epiphanes, them Greeks. That's when they were Hellenized. That's why they said Timothy's father, or Timotheus' father, was a Greek, because he was one of those wicked men that followed after those customs, man. But his wife, she believed in the Heavenly Father, man. That's why I talked about Corinthians, about if the man that believes not, but the one believes, man, she is not to depart from him.
God, go ahead and grab things on deck. Can you grab John 7, 35?
He was a Hellen, which was basically what's Greek speaking Jew.
Yeah, you had Hellenists and then you had Hellenistas.
Right. You know, it's just like somebody, a mother been in the church here and their father been a Muslim. You know, Islam, worship Islam, the same type of thing.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean that you can just leave your husband, you know, and then go and get with another man. You be committed adultery. Go ahead, but we're not going to drift far away from that. You know, this is just showing you that in 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, it's not talking about a husband a wife leaving her husband because they don't believe the same thing, because they don't see eye to eye. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 7 and 13. And the woman which have an husband that believeth not, and if he is pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy.
No, so hey, you never know. Hey, there might be a woman that believes, but a husband don't believe, and they go together. He might end up believing and be her ticket to salvation. Oh, you got that? In the NIV?
John 7:35. You said to one another.
Is that's it? Oh, you got it. Yes,
it says the Jews said
to speaking Greek. You know, which those were the people that Paul and the men that was going around to, and bringing them back to the understanding of being an Israelite. And then in a lot of those countries, you had Israelites that were there that knew that they were Israelites, that had synagogues set up, man. But were they going around trying to gather up the dispersion of our people? No, they wasn't.
That's the NIV.
Yeah, that's the NIV. Yeah. Another one. Can you grab us and you can grab it in the King James. St. John, the 12th chapter. Because it tells you in St. John, the 12th chapter, that there were certain Greeks that came out to worship Yahweh Shai at the feast. Go ahead.
This is John 12, St. John 12, and 20. And there were certain Greeks among them that came up to worship at the feast.
Go down to 1. I want you to start at 1. And then we're going to jump down to 2.
This is John 12, St. John 12 and 1.
Read to about 6.
Then Yahweh Shai, six days before the Passover came to Bethany with Lazarus, which had been dead, when he risen from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him. Then took Mary and pound.
That's pretty much it. Because actually, what I was looking for was 6 days before the Passover. You know, so just to set the tone. You know, just so that the people that are out there would know that this is the time of the Passover. Now, what would you hold? Grab Deuteronomy 16 and 16.
Okay, now. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, in verse 16. And it reads, 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord Yahweh thy power,
go ahead.
in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles.
So the feast of unleavened bread is dealing with the Passover. So this was 6 days before the Passover. Go back to the book of John.
This is John 12 and 20. And there was a certain Greeks among them that came up to worship at the feast. The same came thereof to Philip, which was of Bethsaida of Galilee, and desired him, saying, Sir, we would see Yahweh Shai.
Yes, so they came up to worship Yahweh Shai at the Passover. Why they come up to the Passover? Because they were Greek-speaking Israelites that knew that they were Israelites, man. Now, can you go to the precept on that in the book of Exodus, the 12th chapter, and begin at verse 42. The 12th chapter.
Oh, okay.
This is Exodus chapter 12 and verse 42. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord, for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is the night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations.
Go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
There shall no stranger eat thereof. When you look at the word stranger, the word is Nakar. The word Nakar is dealing with a foreigner of Israel. You know, the natural Gentiles, the natural heathen. They can't eat of the Passover. So why did it say that Greeks came up to the Passover to worship Yahweh Shai?
Continue on, brother.
She gonna
do
take
it anyway.
It's fine.
She spits out the picture.
You know?
You're like, you take picture of her.
And you know what? It's not even worth. You know, not even worth it. Go ahead, just keep on going.
But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
Because we had Israelites as servants as well. You know, we had Israelites as servants. Can you grab Exodus? I want to say that's 21. Is that Exodus 21?
Oh, so like
you know, because we had our own people as servants, and the way that it went, that after 7 years, you would let them go free, but you would give them substance.
Yeah.
And the Most High, when you read the book of Nehemiah, the Most High punished the children. One of the reasons why the children of Israel went into the Babylonian captivity is because they wasn't honoring the word of the Lord. They wasn't honoring the Jubilee, all right? Which after 7 years, you're supposed to let our people go free. You're not supposed to keep them captive forever, but you had Israelites that were keeping their own people captives forever. Now, what had happened in the book of Nehemiah, they let them go, but then they said, well, shit, these are no people in Israel. So they're like, damn, you know, we got to do all of this shit by ourselves, you know. They put them back into captivity. They put them back into servitude. And the Most High was pissed off because of that. So the Most High brought judgment on our people. Go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 21 and verse 1. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before thee. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing.
What's that?
Exodus 21, starting at verse 1.
Yeah. It says, if you buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and then in the 7th he should go out free. Now, if that man said, okay, well, I love my master, and I don't want to go out free, then he was able to stay. Go ahead.
If his master, Salakia, if he came in, verse 3, if he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever.
And he shall serve him forever. So we had Israelites that were our own people that were in servitude under us, you know. But what they were treated differently than how the natural heathen were treated. The natural heathen, we'll keep them enslaved forever. But if they were an Israelite, we'll let them go. We'll give them some money, give them some cattle, and they'll be able to live on their own now and to establish their own lives. Go back to 12.
God. This is Exodus chapter 12. What verse was that?
He was at like 44, 43.
Oh, Salakia, not Salakia. Exodus chapter 12 and verse 44. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
No, that's and the hired servant shall not eat thereof. So when you read that in the context, that's the reason why you got to go into the Hebrew. When you read it in Hebrew, then you'll be able to understand more, because it will sound confusing. You'll say, okay, well, damn, he said right here, a stranger can't eat thereof, but then he said a servant. But then it said a servant can't eat thereof, you know, or a hired servant can't eat thereof. You know, it's talking about two different people. It's talking about the Israelites, and then it's talking about the people that are not Israelites. Go ahead.
In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house.
Where you at?
Verse 46.
Go ahead.
Neither shall ye break a bone thereof.
And if you can receive it, Yahweh Shai was our Passover. And that's the reason why none of his bones were broken.
That's right.
Go ahead.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised.
So you got two forms of strangers. You got Gar. All right, Gar is a Hebrew Israelite that don't dwell in the land of Israel, but they dwell outside of Israel. So you had a bunch of our people that were Israelites that dwelt amongst the Greeks. They dwelt in the Greek provinces. And those were the ones that came up to the Passover to worship Yahweh Shai at the Passover. But then you got Nukkar. Nukkar is the natural, the heathens. All right, you can go back to John 12 and 20. Read it one more time.
This John 12.
And the Lord ain't come to save the heathens, man. And the heathens can't enter into our congregation. Here it is. You're basically saying that the heathens can enter into the congregation. Now the scriptures clearly tell you that no Gentile and no uncircumcised can come into the temple of the Lord. And a question to you Aki, right here. What's the temple of the Lord right now? That's right. We're the temple of the Lord, man.
That's right.
We're the temple. All right. So basically, ain't no heathens gonna be amongst us. Not dwelling with us and receiving the blessings of Israel. The heathens are gonna be in shekels, man. They're going into slavery.
That's right.
And they're not gonna be our employees. All right. We're not at the end of the year. We're not giving them a W-2. We're not giving them a W-2. Okay, well, you're going to have to take this, you're going to have to file your taxes, and you're going to have to claim your dependents. You know? Go ahead.
This is John 12. It's John 12 and 20. And there were certain Greeks among them that came up to worship at the feast.
I claim. That's the only reason. Yeah. Fine. Go ahead.
This is John 12 and 20. And there were certain Greeks among them that came up to worship at the feast.
For what these things mean. For all.
Go ahead and read it again.
Acts chapter 17 and verse 20. For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know therefore what these things mean. For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else but either to tell or to hear some new thing.
Those Athenians and strangers, those were Israelites, man. You know, who didn't know that they were Israelites. Okay. And they were all up into those Greek philosophies and customs. And if that's the case, why would Paul spend his time there, teaching them? Right. Especially, can you grab Matthew 10, 5 through 6?
Yeah, this is Matthew chapter 10, starting at verse 5. And it reads, These 12 Yahweh Shai sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the ways of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
So we were instructed not to go to the Gentiles.
That's right.
The natural heathens. Paul was going to the Israelites that were considered Gentiles because they left from keeping their customs. They left from keeping the customs of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, from keeping themselves circumcised.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
All right, now jump over to 15 and 26.
God. This is St. Matthew's.
Or is that 15 and 16?
Got it. This is St. Matthew's chapter 15 and verse 24.
Okay.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So if the Lord is saying out of his mouth that he ain't sent but to nobody but the lost sheep of the house of Israel, what you think you can go past Yahweh Shai,
right.
excuse me, and Yahweh, and go to the other nations, man?
Right.
You can't go over and beyond Yahweh Shai, man. And he's a right hand man of Yahweh, man. And he himself said out of his mouth, he ain't sent but to nobody but the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He ain't come to save no heathens, man. He ain't come to save no goddamn cracker with no blonde hair, no blue eyes, who's an ancestor of other crackers was cracking your back, man. That's how they got that name, Cracker.
That's right.
Because they was cracking your ass with that whip. But you want us to come out here to speak peaceful and eloquently into them. If we speak eloquently unto them, they still gonna go home and think that we niggas, man.
That's right.
And so to the hell with all of these other nations, man. Excuse me, Mr. White Man, but the Lord is going to oppress you and put you in slavery because of the things that you have done to his people.
That's right.
Ain't no way to tell, ain't no easy way to, no soft way to tell a cracker he going into slavery, man.
That's right.
As well as these other nations. Ain't no smooth or no soft way to bring out the prophecies of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Oh, what you got?
I still was in. I'm still on X.
Look, I'm gonna start.
Okay,
doing
you got
this.
that was it in
Matthews.
yeah, Matthews. I was thinking about something, but it kind of slipped my mind. In James 1:1.
Okay, God. This is the book of James, chapter 1.
There you go. You just bring it in. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High Yahweh and of the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
Hey, no,
Greetings.
it says it to the rest of the nations outside of the 12
To the
tribes.
12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
To the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Now, James, what was his relation to the Lord?
Brother,
Come on, man. And he was an apostle. So he was preaching the same thing that his brother was preaching. You know? Can you grab the one in Peter?
Con, this is 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Read verse 2.
No, that's
Okay.
it. Hey, them strangers dealing with Israelites.
That's right.
All right, that was scattered. Why? Because they wasn't living in the land of Israel, but they were living in the lands of the heathens. Grab the Acts. Can you grab Matthew 5:15? Hey, because you got guys that think that the children of Israel are lost unto this day, which they were. But that's the reason why. Hey, that's the reason why through Yahweh Shah we have the understanding of this word, man. And this word is equated to what element? What element is this word equated to? Fire, man. It's equated to a light. And we've been entrusted with the light. Here it is under the rulership of Esau, and the whole world is lying in darkness. Hey, can somebody grab that? The covering cast spread over the world. Isaiah 25 and 7. You got Matthew.
Matthew.
Hold on, just 1 second. Let that come out first.
It's Isaiah 25 and 7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast
The face of the covering cast. Go ahead.
over cast, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Which has what? It has the world in darkness. Our people were in darkness as well. We didn't know who we were, but now we've been given this light back. You got your apocrypha in your hand. Can you grab Baruch, the 4th chapter? Because the scripture talks about walking in the light and being illuminated. And we got this truth now, man.
He said, "Bro,
Yeah.
Man, this place gonna be destroyed.
it's
Man.
Ruth 4. It's
I thought that was.
Nah, it's Ruth 4 too. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take a hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated."
And what is it talking about? It's talking about this truth. How can you say that we're lost and we have the truth now? We have a 12 tribe sign to identify who we are. which we have through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So now what we're using this word. We're lifting this word up as a light to draw men unto the light, and also to expose those things that are hidden. You go ahead and grab that now.
Yeah. Matthew 5:15.
You can start up if there's some up a little bit higher.
Yeah, 14. Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world.
We're the light of the world, all right? And the men of the Lord.
It says a city that is set on an hill cannot be hid.
A city that is set on the hill cannot be hid. So how in the hell are we lost if we have the light and we now know that we're Israelites, man? Go ahead.
Let your light shine. Verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel or on a candlestick.
But if it was left up to certain guys that are the remix kings, all right, who only doing videos once a month, and then they're not even edifying. If it was left up to them, Israel still be fucking lost right now.
Yeah.
How can you say we're lost when you got brothers waking up in Peru, man?
That's right.
Speaking the same thing that we're speaking, but in Spanish, but in Espanol. How can you say we're lost when you got brothers over there in Bucharest, Romania waking up, man? How can you say we're lost when you got brothers over in the continent of Africa that's waking up? You got GMS camps that are scattered worldwide. Why? Because this word was sent out, man. Through who? Beginning with our apostles and great millstone on down to us, brothers, man.
That's right.
Which is what? We're the light. And we're exposing this devil. When the light, when you walk into it, let's say for instance you live in Joe's apartment. Let's say for instance you live in Joe's apartment, all right, and you walk into your kitchen and you slap on the light. I mean, you'll see roaches everywhere, man. Those roaches start scattering like you a police doing a raid on a crack house, man. That's what we're doing through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. And we're turning that light on in that dark place. Go ahead.
It says put on a candlestick and giving light unto all that are in the house.
So we're giving light unto all that are in the house. But guess what? You got a lot of Israelites that don't want to be in the light. When people do wickedness, they do it with. They do it in darkness. Can somebody grab Job, the 24th chapter?
God.
Start from the top and read down. They do it at night. What time are we in right now? We're in the night. Because Esau is ruling over. I think there's a scripture in Romans, the 8th chapter, or maybe it's the 13th chapter, where it talks about the day is near. You know, something about the night. The night has been far-fetched, but the day is near. If somebody can paraphrase that in the Google and find it.
You said Job 24?
Yeah, Job 24. Start at 1.
Okay, this is Job, chapter 24, verse 1. Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty,
13 and 12.
do they that know him not see his day? Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks, and they feed thereof.
And this is dealing with the so-called white man. All right, because we're in his kingdom. These are things that he did to the Gadites when he came over here. He violently took away their landmark. He stole their land.
Oh, get them the sign. Get them the sign. Get them the I ain't hear no honks. I ain't hear no honks.
They drive away the ass of the followers. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as a wild ass in the desert, go they forth to their work, rising in times for a prey. The wilderness yielded food for them.
Oh, just a second. That was the wild out.
I know that.
Jump down to like 13 or 12.
This is Job chapter 24, verse 12. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out.
What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? Can Brother Kashad, can you grab Ezekiel 9? What are we doing with Amen groaning? It says, men do what from the city?
This is Job 24, verse 12. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out. Yet,
so we're wounded. Therefore, we're groaning out of the city. And that's what we were supposed to do. And the scripture tells you in Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Ezekiel verse 9 verse 4, it says, and the Lord said unto him,
wearing the stitches.
Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sign that cry for all the
that mark of exemption.
For all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So who's ruling over it? The so-called white man. You know, that's the reason why there's a bunch of abomination, there's a bunch of wickedness. That's the reason why the earth is in darkness right now. And you got a bunch of people that love it because they love being in darkness. Go ahead with Job. That was it. Oh, no. Matter of fact, there's more there. Yeah.
And to the others, he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. Right? Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. So it's going to be a slaughter. It says maids, that's young women. And it says little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Don't come near any man that has that mark of exemption, which is what? It's the understanding of this word. That's what they're sealed with. The rest of the people don't want the rest of the Israelites don't want the understanding of it. They want to continue being under this man system. They want to continue selling drugs. They want to continue being aspiring basketball and NFL players. They want to be actors. They want to be rappers. Like that's the ultimate goal. Like those things are better than new heaven, man. You got some of our people that want to be straight up faggots and homosexuals, and they love this system. They love the rulership of the so-called white man because they're able to do it under this place. And why are they able to do it? Because it's the night. You know, go ahead with that joke.
Back in Job chapter 24, verse 13. No, back in 12. Yet the Most High layeth not folly to them. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof.
So you got people that rebel against the light. When you get an Israelite or a heathen that comes up here and they talk shit against the words that are coming out of the words that are coming out of my mouth. Do you understand the words that are coming out of our mouth? It's all right. Come on. Keep going in the scriptures, you know.
They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof.
Go ahead, keep going.
The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the
Esau killed the poor and needy, you know, and there's a murderer. He's doing it under his rulership, you know, which we're talking about, which is the night.
The eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face.
So you got guys that are creeping with some other man's woman, man, going to commit adultery.
And adultery is at an all-time high under this white man's rulership, man. They even promote it. There was a couple months ago, there was they were trying to break the world's record in Las Vegas for an orgy. They were trying to do the world's largest orgy. That's why this place is Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. Can you grab 2 Peter 2:6? Go ahead.
In the dark, they dig through houses, which they had marked for themselves in the daytime.
Yeah, so you got guys, they're like, okay, I'm breaking this motherfucking shit. You know, they're watching you in the neighborhood, which a lot of that don't happen in Esau's neighborhood, because when you read the book of Job, the 21st chapter, I want to say this verse 7. It says, matter of fact, jump over to that real fast. Job 21, verse 7, 6 or 7, or maybe 8.
This is Job chapter 21, verses 6. Even when I remember, I am afraid and trembling. Take it.
Go to 7.
Okay, God. This is Job chapter 21 and verse 7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yeah, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them.
So hey, you don't see Pookie and Ray going to break up in Esau shit like that one movie, like that one movie. What was that movie called? I with Benny Siegel in it and Kevin Hart, and they were breaking in people's houses. Oh, yeah. That was a wicked ass movie.
Beans.
No.
I forget the name of it.
But that's what they were doing. They were just
they were breaking in Esau shit, man. Yeah. And then you had two niggas that was friends. They didn't know each other was about to break in. But that shit don't happen in reality, man. They ain't breaking the Esau shit like they're breaking it in Jake's in the hood. Here it is, you poor. Hey, the scriptures say a poor man that oppressed with the poor is like a sweeping rain that leave him nothing, man. Here it is, they already don't got nothing, but you trying to take what they do got. All right? They ain't got there was a situation that happened in Detroit. Some chick broke in this woman's house, and when she came, she found them there eating her food out of her refrigerator. You ain't got no valuables in here to steal. So I'm gonna steal the juicy juice and the hot dogs out of the refrigerator, man. Go back to Joe.
In 21.
Which if those people, according to the law, if you found somebody breaking into your house and you put them to death, you know, and you were clear of guilt. Do that shit in Esau society.
Paper soap.
Yeah. That was the name of the movie. Kill somebody breaking in your house in Esau society. Really? Esau gonna lock your ass up, man.
You might get death penalty.
Huh?
So you might get death penalty.
Hey, so those unrighteous decrees. Go ahead, finish up on Job.
In 21 or 24?
24.
Okay, God, back in Job, chapter 24, and verse 13. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. In the dark they dig through the houses which they had marked for themselves. In the daytime they know not the light.
God, go ahead.
For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death.
And that's the reason why, what we do with these scriptures, man, it's like shining the light in somebody's face. That's the reason why they buck up and they rebel. They get mad because they don't want to be exposed. You know, hey, you got the nigga woman, man. You got these effeminate ass jakes. You got these wicked ass niggas, man.
Yeah.
They all love it here in the society.
That's
right. That's why if you tell Jake that this place is going down. See, look, she love it here, man.
That's right.
This is her kingdom.
Yeah.
And if you tell them that this society is about to be destroyed, then they're going to look at you like you got 6 eyes, man.
That's right.
Because they love this kingdom. Our women love being whores in this kingdom, man.
Yeah.
They love being fucking sluts, man.
That's right.
You got men of the nation of Israel that are straight up sodomites, man.
Worse than Sodom.
You got niggas that love partying. They love having a good time. They love being in the spirit of mirth. When this ain't the time to party, man. This ain't the time to get down on the dance floor. This is the time to be sighing and crying, like it says in Ezekiel 9th chapter. Verse 4. Are people sighing? Hell no. They happy as hell they can go shop at Nike Town, man.
That's right.
They happy as hell to be spending them FRNs with that devil on it, man. Can somebody got Micah 2 and 10? Rise up for this place, for this. It's not your rest, man. You niggas are at rest here and you comfortable. That's the reason why everything that's about to happen is going to take you as a thief in the night, man.
That's right.
You fucking loose-ass women are going to be strolling the streets down in the broad, man. And you're going to get caught up in martial law. And you're going to get a lot of you guys, man, y'all going to be in those houses trapping, and y'all going to get dope popped by Esau, man.
That's right.
You're gonna be running alone to get away from Esau in the time of Jacob's trouble, and you're gonna see these niggas with their pants sagging, with their brains splattered all over the wall, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction.
This ain't your rest. It is polluted. It will even destroy you with the sword destruction. It didn't say with the soft destruction.
With chargers and challenges.
It didn't say with a sweet destruction. It said with the sword destruction, man. And you Israelites are destroyed, man. You're destroyed mentally and you're destroyed physically. Because y'all fat and fucking out of shape, man.
That's
from
right.
Eating McDonald's, from eating Burger King. You don't even know how to keep the goddamn dietary law. Why? Because you're rebelling against the light. You're going to do every single thing that the fucking devil tell you to do. Which shows you that our people are still slaves.
Done for. Absolutely done for.
That's it on Micah. Go to let's see. I just lost my train of thought. But you people are still slaves in this society, man.
Yep.
Grab a precept for Micah 2. It'll come back to me.
I got something else.
Hey, they're devils. They gonna do what they gonna do, man.
Yeah.
Weirdo, man.
Because he's a simp. He's a fucking faggot, man.
Cup.
And you know it.
Faggot cup.
You got something?
Oh, go to Jeremiah 37. I know what I was thinking about. 1 Thessalonians 5, the 5th chapter. Go to 1 Thessalonians, 5th chapter, Ariana. And you go to Jeremiah 37.
This is Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 7.
Atala Yahudi Atomi Kalad.
That's right.
Mom said. Where they at?
Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
And these Jakes ain't prepared for this.
Nope.
Esau ain't gonna prepare your ass for the time of Jacob's trouble. Why would the devil prepare you to let you know that he's about to murk your ass, man? But here it is. We're trying to warn our people of what's about to come, and they don't want to hear it. They're looking at us like we're the fucking enemy, man. So to hell with you niggas, man.
That's right.
Like Jeremiah, man. I want the Lord to destroy you niggas, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But he shall be saved out of it.
You're gonna take the, and that's exactly what the last thing that you're gonna hear. When a so-called white man blasts your ass like
That's
he's doing
right.
your people over in the Middle East.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
Come
how
do it
that's
then.
how the bomb sound that's dropping on your country from the white man.
That's right.
Go ahead. See, we're not just hated. We're not just hated at the devil, man. We're not just hated at Esau. We're hated at all nations. You had an Elamite up here earlier that I was speaking to on the side, and he was justifying the devil. He was saying that Esau wasn't a thief by coming over here and taking the land from the Native Americans.
I know you're saying all that shit.
You justifying the wicked.
That's
Now you got Ishmael coming past, interrupting us, talking about brrrah, like he is shooting us with an invisible gun. Fucking wild man.
Yeah, exactly.
Here it is. You're an Ishmaelite with the AC/DC shirt on, man.
yeah. They listening.
But Muhammad would be ashamed of you.
If he could read,
He can't read AC.
if he could read, he'd be ashamed of you.
Esau listening to AC/DC while they flying over bombing their ass.
Exactly.
Jamming some music, bombing their ass. Come on, man.
That's a rock shit.
Which
Yeah,
we're not just warning our people, man. We're warning the whole world. All right? Go ahead. That's it. The time of Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, so that time is coming. You know, the Most High, it is going to happen because it's written in the Most High's word that it's going to happen. The Most High is not a man that he should lie. So the Most High has an appointed time where he's going to allow these devils to open up on y'all.
Yeah.
And it's gonna catch y'all off guard. Why? Because you're gonna be a simple ass old nigga walking downtown in the midst of Esau, and the next thing you gonna feel is not knowing what the fuck is going on, man. When we tried to warn you, we tried to give you the light, man. Niggas don't know what the hell is going on because they're content with their 9-to-5 jobs. They're content with their they might have an okay job, maybe making $50,000 a year. They're cool with that. They're all right with leasing their new Cadillac. All right, they're okay with the fried chicken, with the lemonade,
The NBA
cooling in the shade. But you don't know what's going on. Do y'all know what's going on in the world right now? What? Like what?
They don't.
They don't know what the fuck is going on, man. Because if you knew what was going on, you'd be out here listening to us, man. There'll be a flock of people. The whole goddamn street would be full of Israelites. We'll have to be on the podium with speakers and shit, man.
Facing the whole street.
Jake, my people were not considered, man. And then when you try to get through to them, oh, that's not gonna happen. Get one to them that put off the evil day. You got that in Thessalonians?
I have.
Okay, you got the one to you that put off the evil day.
This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace, Satan and destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yeah, so hey, isn't that what Jake is saying right now? They're saying peace and safety. They think that they're peaceful. They're dwelling carelessly. They're not living in as if America's about to go down. As if this economy is about to go down. As if World War III is about to happen. As if the time of Jacob's trouble is coming. How do you prepare for a situation like that, man? You can't do it physically. You can't do it through prepping. You can't go and buy an unlimited supply of water. You can't go and buy seeds to plant. You can't go and buy unperishable goods to help sustain you in that day. There's no way that you can run to. They got executive orders to seize every fucking thing that you own, even if you're a farmer. They got an executive order to seize your land in that day. And when you go to buy a bunch of cases of waters, and if you're buying a bunch of shit like that, hey, the federal government watches you and they mark you. They look at you as being a threat. Because you're going against their system. They want you to be in a dumb state to where you're just gullible, so that they can fucking take your ass out, man. Well, how we're telling you to prep? We're telling you to prep spiritually. We're telling you to
Dumb sticks.
Look at that shit.
Dumb
That's
sticks.
a main example of it. You got the Northern Kingdom. All right? Here it is. You got Donald Trump trying to fucking get them out of the land and shit, man. Y'all, and then y'all want to be white, but y'all hated a white man just as much as we are. Jake is in a dumb zombie state, man. Jake is zombified. And the only thing to cure a zombie is a dome shot. This brother know. The only thing to kill a zombie is a dome shot, man. You people are just wicked, man.
This
You got that 12, 13.
This is Amos chapter 6 and verse 3. Yeah, that put far away the evil day and caused the seat of violence to come near.
Ezekiel 12, 13.
Oh, I can start at 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Amos chapter 6 and verse 1. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chiefs of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. Pass ye into Canaan and see, and from thence go ye to Hamath, the great. Then go down to Gath, the Philistines. Be they better than these kingdoms, or their border greater than your border? Ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near.
Yeah, they're putting off the evil day. They're saying that we're in the time of peace when there ain't no peace. And you got prophets that are crying peace right now. They're saying Babylon ain't gonna be destroyed. You know, they're saying that the thermonuclear missiles isn't gonna destroy this place. It's gonna be volcanoes. Hey, hey, that volcano in Yellowstone, it might go off, but it's gonna destroy America. Matter of fact, can you grab the sword of the Lord shall be bathed in heaven, and it shall come down upon all I do. The people of my curse. Was that Isaiah 34:7?
Yep, it's Isaiah
36.
It's Isaiah 34:6. The sword of the Lord Yahweh by Shemiah.
Matter of fact, start from the top.
Come near ye nations to hear. Isaiah 34:1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh by Shemiah is upon all nations.
So the righteous judgment of the Most High is upon all nations. Well, hold on, wait. I thought they were going to be part of the congregation. Go ahead. Man, the election of Israel is going to be saved. The 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to be destroyed. America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, and the other nations are going into slavery. It's point blank, period, man. Go ahead.
And his fury upon all their armies, he have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter.
See, a nigga don't know that World War III is imminent. A nigga don't know that actually they're in World War III. That it just hasn't heated up yet. Now, how is World War III going to be fought? World War III is going to be fought with fuel and fire, man. It's going to be fought with thermonuclear destruction. Isaiah 9:5, Bible Kashab.
This is Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with his noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
So this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. What's gonna cause that burning and fuel of fire? All right, because you ain't about to have a bunch of nations throwing wooden javelins at each other with metal spears at the top, man, with metal spearheads. They ain't about to be out there fighting with metal swords and clinging and shit. You know, you almost got me. You know, with a damn metal shield and shit. I would destroy you on this battlefield. They're gonna use those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Go ahead, back to Isaiah.
This is Isaiah 34:3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood.
Yeah, because over there in World War III, those nations is gonna come together, and they will fight against each other. But ultimately, who's gonna do the most killing and slaying over there? It's gonna be Yahweh and the angels, man. Go ahead.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be devoured, and the nations shall be, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaves falleth from off from the vine, and as the
Can you grab the precept to that in Revelation?
From the
Revelation the 6th chapter.
The fig tree.
Because what will call the heavens? What was Isaiah seeing? Isaiah was seeing the nuclear mushroom cloud, man. That's the reason why he said that the earth, that the heavens was rolled together like a scroll. Because when that nuclear mushroom cloud goes up, it goes up and it looks like a mushroom, or it looks like a scroll. So he was seeing the destruction of America. The Most High was showing Isaiah the destruction of America. Does a volcano cause that? A volcano won't cause that. The only thing that can cause that is an intercontinental ballistic missile.
This is Revelations chapter 6 and verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Hold on, wait. Every mountain island was moved out of their places. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth and the great men.
I was looking for as the untimely figs fall. It's like 6 and 9, somewhere around there.
Revelations chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 9. And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High. So like that, 13.
13.
6 and 13.
Yeah, okay. Revelations chapter 6 and verse 13. And the stars of heaven fell onto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Have you ever seen an ICBM missile being shot? You can go on YouTube, and all you got to do is just look up an intercontinental ballistic missile. And when those nuclear warheads, when they go out into the outer space and they enter back into the atmosphere, when they come down, they look like shooting stars, or falling stars, man. That's the reason why it says that the stars came down from heaven. That's talking about the warheads. Go ahead.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
So that's not talking about volcanoes. That's not talking about volcanoes. What that's talking about? That's talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles that the Most High put it in the mind of those scientists to design so that they can fulfill His judgment upon this great horde when the time comes. There's more on there.
Verse 15. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
So that's the reason why you got these rich elite billionaires and trillionaires building, turning nuclear silos into luxury doomsday bunkers, man. Because they gonna be joined in with the congregation of Israel in the kingdom of heaven. Hell.